My child, you already know you have waited too long. You feel it when the world grows quiet and something unsettled stirs inside you. You feel it every time you promise yourself you will face what matters later, and later keeps drifting farther away. I do not speak to condemn you. I speak because truth, heard now, can still rescue what delay has been quietly stealing. You have stayed in motion longer than you should have. You kept postponing what your soul needed most. And even while telling yourself everything was under control, a voice within kept warning you that precious time was slipping away. That voice was not panic, it was awakening. It was me calling to you before the distance grew wider. So stop now and make this first, not because I am lacking your attention, but because your heart is. You have spent your finest strength on things that can never hold you, never heal you, never love you back. You have exhausted yourself getting through each day while neglecting the life within you. You keep rushing forward because stillness feels threatening, because stillness might uncover what you have tried so hard not to feel. But hear me. Motion without purpose becomes loss. Little by little, your time has been draining away, not in some dramatic collapse, but in quiet distractions, one after another. That is why I am interrupting you now, not to shame you, but to awaken you before you lose more than you realize. I see you completely. Not the version you present to the world, not the one you rely on to get through your days, but the one who surfaces in the silence when everything else fades. I see the thoughts you keep locked away, the fears you bury beneath busyness, the quiet regrets you carry, hoping they are never uncovered. I see the moments you say you are fine, even when something inside you is breaking. And still, I have not stepped back. Knowing you fully has never created distance, it has only drawn me nearer. You believed you had to conceal certain parts of yourself, even from me. You wondered if I would understand, if I would stay, if I would turn away once everything was revealed. But there has never been a moment when you were hidden from me, not one. The Lord searches every heart and understands every desire and every thought. And because I know you so deeply, I also know this. You were never truly unseen. You were never unseen, only disconnected from the peace that comes with being known. Like the psalmist said, "You have searched me, Lord, and you know me." Even the parts you tried to silence, I have already heard. Even the places you avoided, I have already entered. If something in your heart is stirring as you listen, don't ignore it. You can take a quiet moment right now, just pause, reflect, and be honest with yourself about what you've been avoiding. And here is the truth you have been afraid to face. Being fully known does not lead to rejection, it leads to restoration. What you tried to hide did not shield you. It only kept you distant from the very peace you have been longing for. What you've been hiding is not the problem, it's the doorway. The very places you've tried to cover are the exact places I am reaching to restore. The truths you keep avoiding are not there to break you. They are the entrance to your freedom. I am not uncovering you to wound you. I am bringing things into the light so you can finally be made whole. Nothing about this moment should be ignored. Perhaps that is why these words found you now when your heart is finally quiet enough to listen. You may not have arrived here by accident, and these words may be reaching you at the right time. You were drawn here by a love that has followed you even while you drifted, a love that refused to let silence be the end of your story. Like Jonah, who tried to run but could not outrun the call placed on his life, you have been pursued not with force, but with patience. This is a warning, but it is not harsh, it is compassionate, because real love does not stay quiet while you move toward emptiness. It speaks, it interrupts, it reaches, even when it risks being ignored. Those whom I love, I rebuke and discipline. So hear this clearly. This moment matters more than you think. You are not just listening, you are standing at a turning point. A narrow space where awareness is sharp, where truth is clear, where your response can still change direction. And not every moment carries this kind of clarity. So, do not mistake this warning for rejection. I am not withdrawing from you. My love does not fade, it does not run out, it does not weaken with time. But moments like this do pass. Clarity does not always stay. There are windows when your heart is open enough to recognize truth, and there are seasons when it hardens just to cope. Right now, you may be in an important moment where your heart is still open enough to turn. That is why this feels weighty. That is why something inside you refuses to stay comfortable, not because something terrible is about to happen, but because something significant is within reach. Now is the day of salvation. This is not just another moment, it is a moment that carries direction. What you choose next will not change everything overnight, but it will set the path for everything that follows. Every step begins to lean in one direction or another, and hear this clearly. Doing nothing is no longer neutral. Even stillness becomes a decision. Like Esau, who traded something eternal for something immediate, you stand at a place where what feels small can shape what becomes permanent. Staying where you are may feel safe, but it will quietly cost you more than you realize. Do not mistake this for pressure. I am not trying to frighten you. I am honoring you by telling you what is real. Life does not pause while you hesitate. It keeps moving, and it carries you along with it. You have reassured yourself that there is still time, that change can wait, that one day when things calm down, you will finally choose what matters most. But life rarely softens on its own. It becomes aligned when you decide, where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. What you place first shapes everything else. And the truth is not that you are late in value or love, you are late in attention. Your heart has been waiting for you to come back to it, and I have been waiting there with it. I see your exhaustion. Not just physical, but deeper than that. The kind that comes from pretending too long, from holding everything together without rest, from carrying weight you were never meant to bear alone. Like Elijah under the broom tree, worn out and overwhelmed, you have reached a point where even full days feel empty. You keep going. You keep achieving, you keep filling your time, yet something essential still feels missing. And that quiet emptiness is not weakness. It is a signal that something within you has been neglected for far too long. This weariness you feel is not defeat, it is a message. A quiet but persistent signal that you were never designed to live, cut off from truth, from purpose, from me. You have been surviving on fragments, settling for less, while something deeper and fuller has always been within reach. And I know what holds you back. The fear of what it will cost if you finally choose what matters. The fear of letting go, of stepping into a version of yourself you do not yet recognize. But listen closely. What you are afraid to lose has already been taken from you. It has been draining your strength, your clarity, your peace. Whoever loses their life for my sake will find it. That is why letting go is not the end of you, but the beginning of restoration. What must be released was never meant to sustain your future. It only felt familiar, not faithful, like the rich young ruler who walked away holding on to what he could not keep. You are standing at a similar tension between comfort and calling. I am not here to take joy from you. I am here to restore what has been quietly slipping away, not to leave you empty, but to finally make you whole. This moment feels heavy because nothing here is hidden anymore. There is no performance left to maintain, no mask strong enough to hold. It is just you, standing in truth, face to face with love that speaks without distortion. I am not asking you to repair yourself all at once. I am asking you to stop running, to stop pretending that delay carries no weight. You feel behind because your soul has been calling longer than you have been willing to listen. And deep down, you know it. Not as a loud alarm, but as a quiet persistence you could never fully silence. Be still and know that I am God. Stillness is not your enemy. It is where truth becomes clear. I know the reasons you tell yourself. I know how reasonable they sound, how they soften the urgency, how they give you permission to wait just a little longer. But I also see where that path leads. When comfort is chosen over calling again and again, Nothing collapses at once. The light simply dims, slowly, quietly, until you begin settling for less than you were created to live. Like Samson, who did not realize his strength had left him until it was gone, the danger is not sudden, it is subtle. That is why I am breaking into this moment, not to interrupt your life, but to prevent you from drifting further away from it. You may feel uncovered right now, but this is not danger. This is release beginning. What you're feeling is not exposure meant to shame you, but truth breaking through what has held you back. In my presence, being seen does not lead to rejection, it leads to restoration. I already know what you struggle to admit, and still I remain, still calling you mine, still drawing you closer. If we walk in the light, as He is in the light, we have fellowship, and the blood of Jesus purifies us from all sin. So, this is not the time to retreat into hiding. This is not the moment to step back. This is the moment to step in. If you desire renewal, do not push this aside for later. Not after one more distraction, not when life feels easier now, because now your heart is open, now truth is stirring something real inside you. Now is where direction can still shift. I am not asking you to have it all together. I am asking you to be real, to be willing, to take one step, just one, toward truth, instead of away from it. Because one honest step, taken now, can matter more than 1,000 delayed intentions. If this message is speaking directly to you, you can quietly acknowledge it. Even something as simple as writing a word like, "I'm ready," can be the first step toward change. Do not resist what you're feeling right now. Do not shut it down or push it away. Let this urgency do its work. Let it soften you, not harden you. Let it guide you back to what truly matters, not further into distraction. Yes, you are late, but you are not gone. You are seen, but not rejected. You are being warned, but you are still deeply loved. The Lord is compassionate and gracious, slow to anger, abounding in love. This moment does not have to be meaningless. It can become a moment of mercy, meeting you exactly where you are. Like the prodigal son who came to his senses in the middle of his distance, you are standing in a moment where return is still possible. And hear this clearly, what you choose next carries more weight than you realize, not because you must be perfect, but because direction begins here. One decision, made in honesty, can begin to rewrite everything that follows. And this is why you feel it so deeply now. You've fallen behind, not all at once, but little by little. I am not speaking to hurt you, but because your spirit already recognizes this truth. Even when your mind tried to ignore it, there were moments, quiet, unguarded moments, when something inside you knew. Each time you said, later, something important moved just a little farther out of reach. And now you feel the weight of it, not as judgment, but as pressure building within your heart. This is not condemnation, this is awakening. And awakening is mercy. So teach us to number our days, that we may gain a heart of wisdom. This didn't happen in a single decision. You didn't choose to drift all at once. It happened gradually, one delay at a time. Later, when you had more space. Later, when you felt stronger. Later, when life calmed down. Each reason sounded right. Each delay felt small. But delay, repeated, becomes distance. Distance between what you know is true and how you are living. Distance between your heart and the voice that has never stopped calling you back. And the most dangerous part is this. It felt gentle while it was happening, almost unnoticeable until now. You did not plan to drift this far, but you did. And before you could explain it, you felt it. That quiet unease that stayed with you, even on days that looked full, even when everything seemed fine on the surface. Something within you kept whispering that something essential was being delayed. So you stayed busy. You filled your time, your thoughts, your schedule, anything to avoid the deeper questions rising inside. You told yourself it was just fatigue, just pressure, just a season that would pass. But beneath all of that, your spirit already knew the truth. You were falling behind in what mattered most. Listen carefully. I am not speaking to accuse you. I am not standing over you with disappointment. I am standing before you with truth. Because truth is not your enemy, it is your way back. You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. I understand why you delayed. I see how heavy things became, how quickly time moved, how easily the urgent replaced the meaningful. Survival took over, and intention faded. None of this pushes me away from you. But pretending it did not happen will not restore you. You feel this weight because something inside you recognizes you have been living below what you were created for. You have answered every demand around you, yet ignored the quiet voice within you, calling you back. Like Martha, distracted with many things while missing the one thing needed, you have been present everywhere except where your soul has been waiting. And here is the turning point. This awareness does not have to burden you. It can become the first step of your return. Every time you chose later, a quiet distance began to grow. Not because I moved away, but because you kept moving forward without me. You didn't collapse. You didn't break. You drifted. And drifting is more dangerous than falling because it feels soft, almost harmless while it's happening. There was no sharp warning, no sudden moment to shake you awake. Just a gradual shift away from clarity, away from peace, away from the place you once knew. Until one day, you paused long enough to realize how far you had gone. And that realization is not here to condemn you, it is calling you back. I see how you explain it to yourself. You remember what you've been through. You tell yourself you needed space, needed time, needed to recover. And yes, in many ways, you were doing your best. But truth asks for more than comfort. It asks for honesty. There were moments you felt the pull to return, and you resisted. Moments you recognized the direction, and still chose to wait. Like Peter stepping out onto the water, you knew what it meant to move toward me, but fear made you hesitate, and hesitation began to sink you. That waiting didn't protect you. It only carried you further away from where you were meant to stand. My child, awareness can sting at first because it uncovers what you tried to ignore. But that same awareness is where healing begins, because light is finally reaching what was hidden. You are not beyond hope. You are simply at a point where urgency can be felt and where response is still possible. That is why you feel stirred instead of crushed. If this were judgment, it would silence you. But this awakens you. This unsettled feeling is not the end. It is life calling you back. Awake, O sleeper, and arise from the dead, and Christ will shine on you. You think being late means you failed. It doesn't. It means you are human. It means you carried more than you should have, trusted your own strength too long, and didn't realize how quickly distance can grow when attention shifts. Failure would not be being here now. Failure would be refusing to see it. Hardening your heart, turning away from what you already know is true. But you are still here, still listening. And that says more about you than any mistake behind you. You kept choosing later because it felt safer than facing now. Now would have required change. Now would have required truth. Now would have forced you to confront what you kept avoiding. So you delayed. But delay has a cost. It pushed back your healing. It postponed your peace. It kept you from stepping into the life waiting for you. And now, all those laters have gathered into this moment where you feel it clearly. The weight, the urgency, the truth you can no longer ignore. My child, do not mistake my firmness for rejection. I speak this way because it matters. Your life matters. Your heart matters. Love does not always whisper. Sometimes it must speak with clarity so you can hear what you have been avoiding. I am not angry that you are late. I am concerned that if you remain here too long, delay will begin to feel normal, and I will not let distance become your default. You have been telling yourself you will return when you are better, more disciplined, more ready, more worthy. But coming back was never about proving anything. It was always about turning your focus, turning your heart, turning your direction. Return to me, and I will return to you, says the Lord. You were never asked to fix yourself before coming back. You were only asked to stop running. I see how heavy this has become for you, carrying the quiet knowledge that something is off, yet not knowing how to face it. Feeling urgency without clarity, tension without resolution. That kind of exhaustion is not weakness, it is a sign that you were never meant to carry your life alone. Even if you have learned to survive this way, you were not created to stay this way. This is not accusation, this is truth. And truth is not here to punish you, it is here to bring you back. Yes, you are late, but you are still wanted, still seen, still called, still loved. The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit. I am not here to remind you of what is gone. I am here to show you what can still be restored. But restoration begins with honesty, and honesty begins right here, admitting what you already feel. That weight in your chest, that tension you cannot ignore. It is not here to overwhelm you, it is here to move you. Not tomorrow, not after one more delay. Now, this is not pressure meant to break you, it is clarity meant to guide you. I am not pushing you away by naming the truth. I am drawing you closer by refusing to let you pretend anymore. So, lift your eyes, not to your past, not to your excuses, not to your fear of what might change. Look at me. I am still here, still speaking, still reaching, still calling you by name. You may be late, but you are not abandoned. You are awake. And that awareness is where your return begins. Stay here. Let this settle. Let this truth reach deeper than your fear. Because this is not the end of your story. So now the choice stands clearly before you. Choose this first now. Not later. Not after one more task. Not when everything feels easier. Now. Because everything else has already taken first place for far too long, and your soul has been pushed aside, quietly waiting. You feel the cost of that, even if you cannot fully explain it. You wake up tired, even after resting. Your days are full, yet something inside you feels empty. You achieve, you move forward, you keep going. But when everything stops, there is no peace waiting for you there. That is not weakness. That is hunger. Your soul has been starved while everything else was being fed. Work took your energy, not because you loved it, but because you had to survive. You told yourself it was temporary, that you would slow down later, but later never came, and survival became your rhythm. People took your attention, their needs, their expectations, their opinions. You gave and gave, afraid to disappoint, afraid to be seen as selfish, until you were running on empty, and distractions filled what was left. The noise, the scrolling, the constant motion, anything to avoid the silence where your soul was trying to speak, because silence felt heavy. So you filled your life with movement, hoping it would be enough. But slowly, without even realizing it, you placed your soul last. Not because it did not matter, but because everything else felt urgent. And urgency kept winning. But your soul was never designed to live on delay. It was created for connection. And when it is ignored, it does not shout, it fades, quietly, gently, until you begin to lose things you cannot easily name. That is what you are feeling now. So, do not treat this moment like something optional. This is not something you fit in if you have time, because if you wait for convenience, it will never come. There will always be something else demanding your attention. Choose differently now. Yes, it will feel uncomfortable. Reordering your life always does. It will feel like you are falling behind, like you are neglecting something else. But rushing without direction is what exhausted you in the first place. What good is it for someone to gain the whole world, yet forfeit their soul? You have been running so long that stillness feels unsafe, but stillness is where life begins again. Because hunger changes you. It makes you restless, numb, anxious, without reason. It makes you settle for small comforts that never satisfy. You have adapted to that hunger, but adapting is not healing. You were not meant to live like this. I am not asking you to abandon your responsibilities. I am asking you to stop letting them replace what gives you life. I am not asking you to stop caring for others. I am asking you to stop losing yourself in the process. I am not asking you to remove every distraction. I am asking you to stop using them to avoid what your soul is crying out for. Because when your soul is neglected long enough, everything begins to feel heavy. This moment right here is not extra, it is essential. You cannot build peace on an empty heart. You cannot expect clarity while ignoring its source. You cannot find rest if you never truly stop. And I know resistance is rising in you even now. Thoughts telling you to wait, to delay, to come back to this later. But that is not wisdom, that is hunger protecting itself. When the soul has been deprived for too long, it forgets how to receive. Do not let that decide for you. Putting this first does not remove everything else. It restores order to everything else. When I am first, your work no longer controls you. People no longer drain you. Distractions lose their grip. Survival stops defining you. Life begins to flow again. I know you are afraid that if you stop, everything will fall apart. You have been holding so much together for so long that even pausing feels risky. But that weight you carry is not proof of strength, it is proof of imbalance. True strength comes from alignment, not overload. So hear this clearly, your soul cannot wait much longer without cost. Not a sudden collapse, but a slow fading, a loss of joy, a loss of clarity, a loss of yourself. That is why these words are meeting you now. Yes, this will feel uncomfortable. You are shifting what has been out of place for a long time. But stay here, breathe, let yourself receive. You do not need to fix everything today. You only need to choose what comes first. You have tried putting everything else first, and it has left you empty. Try this now, not as a rule, not as a performance, but as a return, as honesty, as a decision to stop living on what is left over. I am here to restore what has been neglected, to fill what has been empty, but you must choose to pause and receive. So choose this now, before another distraction, before another excuse. Stay here. Let the hunger speak. Let the order change. Because this can be where peace and clarity begin to return. And before you go any further, you need to remember this. I have always known who you truly are. Not because something slipped through your defenses, not because you failed to hide well enough, but because nothing about you has ever been hidden from me. What is changing now is not my understanding of you, it is yours. You are stepping into a moment where pretending is becoming too exhausting to maintain. The masks that once felt safe no longer fit. The effort to hide now costs more than the courage to be honest. And that is why I am meeting you here, because what you once feared as exposure is actually the doorway to freedom. I know the thoughts you never say out loud. The ones you quickly push away, hoping they disappear before they define you. The quiet questions about your worth, about whether you are enough. I see the thoughts that come when you are tired, when your guard is down, when you are alone with yourself. The ones that unsettle you, the ones that make you shrink back. And hear this clearly, none of that has pushed me away. It has only drawn me closer. Man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. I see the fears you carry beneath your strength. The fear of not becoming who you were meant to be. The fear that if you are truly seen, you will be left. The fear that time has already taken too much from you. I know how those fears shape your decisions, how they whisper when you are weary. But I am not disappointed in you for feeling them. I understand them. I see the tension within you, the pull between who you long to be and what feels safe to remain. One part of you reaches for truth, for depth, for something more. Another part clings to comfort, to control, to what feels predictable. That conflict is not failure. It is evidence that your heart knows there is more ahead. I see the quiet compromises you made. Not the obvious ones, but the subtle ones. The moments you chose ease over conviction, silence over truth, comfort over calling. Not because you did not care, but because you were tired, because you needed rest, because you were trying to hold yourself together. And I am not here to shame you for that. I see the roles you carry, the strong one, the composed one, the one who never asks for help. You learned those roles to protect yourself, to survive what once felt overwhelming. But what protected you for a season can confine you if you never release it. So, I am inviting you to lay it down. Nothing is being exposed here to harm you. This is not about shame. This is about healing. Shame isolates, but love restores. I am not pointing at your flaws. I am opening a way so you no longer have to carry them alone. Yes, you feel vulnerable, but vulnerability is not danger. It is truth without disguise, and truth in the presence of love is where healing begins. Then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. You do not need to fix yourself before being seen. Being seen can be where change begins. I know the contradictions within you, the desire to move forward, and the pull to stay where it feels safe, the hope that rises, and the doubt that follows. You have judged yourself harshly for that, called yourself weak, inconsistent, broken, but I do not call you that. I call you human. And I call you mine, because being fully known is only frightening when you believe love depends on perfection. But my love is not built on conditions, it is rooted in truth. And the truth is this: you are already known, and you are still wanted. All the energy you have spent hiding, all the effort it took to keep parts of yourself out of sight, that energy can now become healing if you allow yourself to be seen. Not by everyone, but here, now. And once you are willing to be seen, the past you keep avoiding begins to rise as well. The ones that return in quiet moments, the choices you wish you could rewrite, you carry them silently, as if they define you. But they do not. They are part of your story, but they are not your ending. You are not your worst decision. You are not the mistake that still echoes in your mind. You are not the label you gave yourself when you were at your lowest. You are still becoming, and I am still working within your story. If anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. The old has gone, the new is here. I see how harshly you judge yourself. The voice that tells you you should be further ahead, stronger, better by now. That voice does not come from me. I do not measure you by perfection or speed. I look at your direction, and right now, you are turning toward truth. That matters more than you realize. I am not surprised by you. I am not disappointed in what I see. I understand every layer of who you are, the wounds beneath your actions, the fear behind your defenses, the longing beneath your choices. You do not need to explain yourself. You do not need to justify your past. I already know it all, and I still call you by name. That is why healing does not start when you push yourself harder. It begins when you stop hiding, when you come as you are, without rehearsed explanations, without trying to appear stronger than you feel. It begins when you bring what is true, not what seems acceptable. That is why this moment feels intense. Truth is near, and truth always calls for honesty. You may fear that if everything is revealed, something will be taken from you. But listen carefully. I do not take what is good from you. I remove what is harming you. I confront what is holding you back. I touch only what needs to be restored. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. What feels like exposure is not loss, it is release. You have lived too long divided within yourself. One version for others, another in the quiet. And that division has drained you. But I am not asking you to fix yourself. I am inviting you into wholeness by meeting me honestly, without masks, without filters, without pretending. I have always known who you are. What is changing now is that you are beginning to see yourself in truth instead of fear. So, stay here. Do not turn away. Let yourself be seen. Let yourself be known. This is not where you have to fall apart. This can be where healing begins. And now we must look at what you've been burying, because hidden pain does not stay silent forever. Not to shame you, not to expose you to pain, but to set you free. You didn't start hiding because you were false. You started hiding because you were wounded. There was a moment when being open felt unsafe, and closing off felt like survival. I saw that moment. I understood it. You carried guilt that felt too heavy to face words you wish you could take back. Choices that return in the quiet. Moments where you acted from fear instead of truth. You told yourself it was over, that it no longer mattered. But what is buried does not disappear, it settles deeper. And, from that place, it begins to speak. It whispers that you are not enough, that you missed your chance, that you are too far behind. But that voice is not mine. There is now no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. You also carry regret, the weight of what could have been, the paths you didn't take, the person you thought you would become. You locked it away because it hurt too much to hold. But hidden regret does not stay silent, it follows you. It shapes how you see yourself. It makes you hesitate when it's time to move forward. And I see how it has slowed you. Not because you are weak, but because you have been carrying what was never meant to be carried alone.